would like to thank the grace of heaven, the virtues of the masters, and mercy of the predecessors, transmitters, and others for giving me this opportunity to lead the discussion on the handwriting and scripture of the Ohio Dharma class that took place about 2.5 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, roughly 3 weeks ago, June 3rd and 4th. Okay. All right. So the first. See, because you guys don't see the original Chinese, it's kind of unfortunate. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter.
It's inside anyway.
No, the format, the actual Chinese. But anyway, because this is different. This is because this is left to right in English. But anyway, okay. So I don't want to explain who the chief examiner is. You guys. Unless you're new, you don't know who he is.
Yeah,
but
you better explain.
But it's one of the Buddhas. Okay, it's one of the Buddhas. It's one of the Buddhas whose duty is to supervise or supervise the Dharma class, and they basically observe the class members, and not just class members, everybody there who whether or not they follow the guidelines of the temple, etc., etc. Okay, so that's and it's a historical figure, but you guys can look, that's another topic. Okay, so because there's a lot of material to cover. There's like 8 pages worth of stuff. Okay, so I want to go for so basically they write poetry like this. Okay, it's a standard poetry like this. Okay, you guys are not going to see it there, but anyway. Okay, so. It's the first 4 stanzas. It's called it's like the summary, if you will. It's like the summary of the sand. This is sand writing. This is done via sand writing, which is written on a sand, okay, on a sand tablet. All right. So those of you who attended Dharma class will know what that means. But anyway, well, okay. So it's first 4 lines, right? These first 4 lines basically summarizes the whole text of his handwriting, okay, of this chief examiner of the 3 realms, okay. The 3 realms basically means the celestial heaven or temporary heaven, the earthly realm, and the underworld realm, okay. So that's what it means, all right, okay. So all right, that's what 3 realms mean, okay. So it's basically the spiritual realm and the earthly realm, okay. Spiritually realm meaning the celestial heaven, and the underworld heaven, okay? All right. Okay, so his first line basically, okay, let's have somebody read those first 4 lines, okay? Who wants to read? Jill, why don't you read? Yeah, English. Chinese, nobody's going to understand.
It's a good time to cultivate and propagate Tao during the last period of calamities. Always sincerely hold firm to the divine heart. With true mastery and control, our marvelous or divine wisdom will be displayed to its utmost. Passing the
Ordeals.
leads to continuous joy and happiness.
Okay. So basically, what's the chief example? Now, this is during the Dharma class, so he's addressing the class members, right? So he's saying, this is now, during the last period of calamities, basically it means the white period, okay? The white period. Those of you who received Tao, will understand, right? Hopefully what the white period, means, right? So there are 2 other previous periods before, right? Which is the red and green. So and why we say it's the last period of calamities, because during the green, red, and white, they're all calamities, right? Just that this last period, the white era, has even more calamities. To be precise, supposedly 81 major calamities of all types. But it doesn't matter. That's detail. But so basically what the chief examiner is saying, that in this last period of calamities, this is a very propitious time, opportunity, because we have all received the Tao, the 3 treasures, right? So now it is a good time, good period to cultivate the Tao. Okay, we'll talk about cultivate the Tao, later on. I mean, for those of you new beginners, and spread the Tao too. Okay, so that's the first line. Second line, it says we always have to stay you can say dwell dwell or abide, maybe that's a better term, abide by to our Buddha nature or our divine heart. In this case, called divine heart. They call it divine heart, which is a Buddha nature. That's the heart. That's the heart of heaven. You can say the heart of heaven. That's literally what it means. But that's you can say the God-given nature, God-given heart. Our Buddha nature, basically. So we should abide firmly and sincerely with our Buddha nature. Don't deviate. Basically, don't deviate. Okay? Don't move much. So that's what it means by being with the Tao, being in accordance with the Tao. That's what I'm saying. We don't deviate, right? So if you want to go even deeper, okay, go in depth in the Surangama Sutra. Surangama. Those of you guys know who Surangama Sutra is, okay? You can look it up online, okay? That's another topic, but just if you want to go even deeper, what this second line entails, in the Surangama Sutra, what did Buddha say? Very, 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 you can say it's very general. He said, in Chinese, it's 常住真心. 常住真心. That's in the Surangama Sutra. You guys can look it up. But anyway, okay? What's the English translation of that? 常住真心. What it means? It means always abide, always dwell. 住 means to stay, always stay. 常 means always, constant, eternally, constant. Okay, constantly stay. 真心 means our true heart, which is our divine heart. Get it? Not the heart and mind, not the human heart, but rather the divine heart, or the 真心. That's the true heart. Okay, all right. Okay, so that's same as Surangama Sutra said. Okay, that's what this line says. All right. Okay, that's going deeper. Okay, okay. The third line base, our true master. What's a true master? It's our what? Yeah, it's our Buddha heart. I mean, it's a Buddha nature. Yeah, it's that divine heart. So basically it's the same as the divine heart, just different names. Okay, different names. We're the true master in control, in charge. That's in charge. What does that mean? That means when we, just like that Surangama Sutra said, if we constantly abide within our true heart, right? Our true master is in control. Get it? So we're not driven by what? By the 5 skandhas. Get it? The 5 skandhas? I mean, you guys, that's going to a little bit in depth, but you guys we should all know at this point what the 5 skandhas are, right? But that's okay. All right? Okay? All right? So when we are in control, when our true master is in control, when our divine heart or our true master is in control, then what happens? Our divine wisdom, our Mahaprajna will be displayed, will be revealed, okay? Will be revealed totally to its utmost, that's completely, okay? So that means it's not knowledge. It's not by knowledge that we deal. Yes, in human terms, in intellectual terms, we say, oh, we deal with things by knowledge. Yeah, we do that, but that's not the divine way. Okay, that's not the supreme way. The highest way is to have our divine wisdom deal with matters. Okay, and there's a reason for that. I mean, if you want to go more in depth, there's a reason for that. The reason why if we let our divine wisdom deal with matters, or deal with matters, it's because that won't create karma. See, that's the difference. If we use knowledge, we only see the surface. We can't predict what's going to happen. And variables change constantly. Constantly. So you're always chasing. Something. You know what I'm saying? If we use knowledge alone. So so therefore it's imperfect. What I'm trying to get at is it's imperfect. And so because it's imperfect, then we plant the seeds of karma, of future karma. You get it? Okay? So, all right? So that's why that's the human approach. That's the human way of what everybody in the world does. Okay? That's the approach. So what Buddha is telling us, don't do it that way. Use our true wisdom. And how can our true wisdom come out? It's only if we have our true master that's in charge. You get it? So it's not being obstructed or hidden by our human consciousness or the 5 skandhas. To be more broad, it's 5 skandhas. It's the five skandhas. You guys should know what the five skandhas are, right? We talked about in class many, many times, all right, previously. I don't want to go into details, but this just gives you a flavor, okay, of what, I mean, it's very, when you read the English, it's so simple. It's like, a child could say this, to me, it's not simple. But that's because it's translated into English. I'm sorry. So you have to go a little bit more in depth, okay? So that's what I'm trying to make you appreciate that, okay? All right? Okay, so that's what it means, okay? So that's the Mahaprajna, okay? Actually, the Mahaprajna and the true master, it's really, one is the essence, the other one is the function. So the essences are true master or divine heart or whatever you want to call it. And the function is the what? The Mahaprajna, the wisdom, divine wisdom, the marvelous wisdom. You get it? So those are two in one, okay? We're just looking at it in these two different facets, but actually they're both together in one, okay? All right? Okay? So that's what it is, all right? I'm taking too much time. The last line is because the chief examiner of the three realms, his duty is to basically observe and record our behaviors during the 2-day Dharma class. So he's hoping that all of us can pass these. No, this is that's very specific. He's saying passing ordeals. I mean, ordeals is kind of severe, but it's just basically passing the tests. Okay. Now that's for the Dharma class, but he's also implying for the rest of our lives. As long as if we can surmount all obstacles, okay? Ordeals, you can say obstacles too. Obstacles in life, in this physical life, right? Because remember, what is life? What did Buddha say? Life is dukkha, right? Life is dukkha. So that means there are going to be ordeals. Life is suffering, right? Dukkha is suffering. Suffering is kind of narrow, but that for now it suffices. So because we are in this physical environment, we have forms. And if you have forms, there's dukkha, okay? All right? It's very, okay, so because we have suffering or ordeals, we have to surmount these obstacles, okay? All right? Passions, afflictions, those are all ordeals or obstacles. So if we could do that, then we will have eternal joy. It's nirvana, basically nirvana. That's what it means, okay? Nirvana. That means we can transcend not just samsara, yes, samsara, that's true too, but also transcend all afflictions, okay? Or that's what nirvana means, okay? All right, okay? So that's really what the fourth line implies. Okay, so now he's introducing who he is, okay? So he is the third prince, right? I'm sorry, chief examiner of the three realms. By God's decree, come to the temple. Entering the temple, he invisibly kowtowed to God and wish all brothers and sisters well. Okay, rest at peace and be tranquil. Listen to it. Okay, all right. Okay, so now let's go to the heart of the. There are 19 lines. Let's do what, 2 or 3? We don't have time. Two lines. Every person read 2 lines. Each person read 2 lines.
Maybe everyone should read together.
Oh, read together?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, read together. Let's read together the first 2 lines in page 1, bottom page 1. The great Tao has propagated to all countries.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Okay. Great Tao has propagated to all countries in the world. Bodhisattvas are incarnating and busy throughout the world. And then top of page 2, spreading the saintly gospel to redeem all souls, earnestly hoping all humanity will be awakened and aware of their true selves. Okay, so basically he's saying once again, right, because we're in this white era right now, right, the third last period of calamities, this Tao is now being spread out throughout everywhere, okay, all over the world, okay, and believe it or not, we may not know it, okay, there are also bodhisattvas. Not Buddhas, but bodhisattvas. So there's a difference between bodhisattvas and Buddhas. Basically, Buddhas are like in their own world. I mean, I don't say in their own world. In their all pure lands, okay? In other words, it's not that, because they have achieved enlightenment, and so they do not have to come down to this earthly realm, Okay, that's really what Buddhas are, because they have, you can say they have enough, they're qualified. I mean, they have enough qualification to not come down to this earthly realm, because they have no karma, absolutely no karma with the human realm. Okay, so that's why that allows them to be, I don't want to say removed, but to not have to come down. Okay, not have to. I use the word have to, right? Okay. In other words, not forced by karma. Okay, that's what a Buddha is. Now, bodhisattvas are also enlightened beings. They do not have to come down. They do not have to follow karma. I mean, they're not forced by karma. But there's a difference. There's a subtle difference, which is it's their own choosing. The bodhisattvas chose to remain, you can say, connected, you feel well, with this human realm. So that's why they're always incarnating, or they're always amongst humans, you can say that, amongst humanity, that's the difference between bodhisattvas and Buddhas, okay? Buddhas will incarnate, they can incarnate because they have vows, they have to fulfill. So they'll incarnate, but they incarnate every so often. They're not constantly always here. Like for example, Siddhartha, he incarnated roughly 500 years ago, and he, according to Buddha, he goes, Buddhas, in every kalpa, there are 1,000 Buddhas. So only Buddhas come every so often, in other words, okay? Whereas bodhisattvas are always amongst human beings. You get it? So that's why they're incarnating. They're always with us. So if we look around you, we all could be bodhisattvas. It's just that we don't know it. Okay? All right? Okay? All right? So that's something to bear in mind. All right? Okay? So that's why they're busy, meaning what? Helping us spread the Tao. Okay? Helping humans spread the Tao. Okay? And then they're spreading what? The second line says, the saintly gospel. That means the teachings, the true Dharma, the supreme Dharma. Part of that supreme Dharma is to what? Propagate the Tao, is to what? Show us the three treasures, essentially. Okay, so that's what it means. Okay, and all these bodhisattvas are hoping, sincerely hoping that all humans will become awakened, right? To be awake, right? When we receive the Tao, quote unquote, we say receive the blessing, receive the three treasures. We are awakened already. Okay, just slightly, just you can say the opening stages. Okay, so bodhisattvas are hoping that all of us, all humans, will become awakened. And in other words, you can say receive the Tao, okay? And then we can realize our true nature, our Buddha nature. Get it? Okay? And become enlightened, all right? Okay, so then let's go to third and fourth line. Okay, seeing how the people of this time have fallen into vice, committing crimes and violent, swirling ever deeper into a whirlpool, bringing on numerous natural and man-made calamities. If only one can truly realize that all is the result of causality, right? Okay, and because we are in this in this period now, in this stage of human development, you can say human civilization. We have made great strides in science, technology, etc. But that's the external side, okay? But internally, we humans have become worse, okay? In other words, look at how many wars, look at how much hate, how much killing been going on in this world, okay? All right? So that's why, Buddha, God and the Buddhas see, unfortunately, how people have fallen into this vice, right? Into depths of sin or depravity or whatever, okay? All right? And, so we are committing crimes, violating laws, sinking ever deeper into this whirlpool, right? Into the cesspool, okay? All right? So, we're digging deeper holes for ourselves, okay? We humans are just always, we don't know better, unfortunately. We're lost, basically, okay? Okay, so the fourth line says, and what's the result of that? The result of this falling into this disgrace, vice, whatever, okay? All right, law, committing crimes, etc. Okay, we bring upon ourselves what? Natural and man-made calamities, okay? So that's why, global warming, whatever, okay, whatever, Katrina, whatever, sandy, whatever. Okay, that's natural. But also we have man-made, right? We have wars. Okay, we have wars. That's man-made. We have famine. Okay, whatever. Okay, so all that. All right. So I don't need to go. So Buddha's hoping that if all humans can realize that all of this is not because God is unmerciful or that God is evil and God, seeking punishment, it's that all this is caused by causality, i.e. karma, okay? Karma is one aspect, okay? It's all causality. It's all due to, there's a reason, there's a reason for why, you can say, the world is going down the tubes or whatever, okay? It's because you just look at ourselves, what we've been doing the last 1,000 years, okay, or whatever, okay? All right, so that's why, all right? So that there's a cause or reason for all these calamities, disasters, crimes, wars, etc., okay? All right, so the next two lines, line 5 and 6. If one wishes to escape suffering, do not commit any evil. Good people will follow the vigorous cultivation of the Buddha. Do not be misled by the situation we face. To conduct oneself in society, one must be... Okay. So, once again, right? Now people are seeking escape. Not escape, but, seeking to escape calamities or, whatever, wars, whatever disasters, okay? Or, i.e. suffering in general, just suffering, job. Buddha has a very simple message. It goes down to the core. Don't do bad. Don't do evil. Don't do evil. Do not commit. Don't do bad things. Okay. Now, they're meant more in depth. I mean, there are many. It's pretty. This is pretty broad. Obviously, that means one of the very simple things to do not commit is follow the 10 precepts, right, or the 5 cardinal sins or whatever. That's very basic. Don't follow the 5 cardinal sins. Right, killing. We talked about it last week, right? In the New York Dharma class scripture, right? What is the 5 cardinal sins, right? What? Killing, stealing, lust,
drinking,
lying, and then taking in conduct. There's 10. 10 is even more. Is even. It's basically has to do with your mind, mouth, and body. Yeah. So right, Sen Ko Yi, right? Okay, mind, mouth, and body. Basically, it's mind. Whatever thoughts you have, okay, right? Whatever we have, whatever we say, right? So lying is one of them. There are 4 bad things, but lying is one of them. And then 3 things that we do with our body, right? We kill, we steal, and we have lust, right? Okay, so it's basically those things. That's the basic. And then there's more in detail, okay, but we don't. Actually, being vegetarian is really important, but that's okay. That's more advanced. Okay, and then now we say good people. Actually, it's really the people who are awakened. Okay, good people. Yeah. I mean, they're good people. Yeah, I mean, will follow the rigorous. That means you can say the wise ones, the people who are awake, people who understand, people who realize that there's causality, right, from the previous line. Then we'll say, oh yeah, you know what? I gotta change my ways. I gotta change my ways, right? So that's what it means. Not only do I not have to commit any evil, but I also have to follow the examples of the Buddhas, right? Of the sages and saints, Jesus, Confucius, etc., right? Okay, that's what it means. The vigorous cultivation. Okay, I don't want to go into detail. Vigorous means we really have to progress. Okay, you have to right? You have to really progress, move forward. We can't just study. Let me go online and study. Read a little bit of this. That's not enough. Actually, rigorous cultivation means you learn, you study, learn. What's that? There's more detail. Study, learn, practice, and cultivate. Okay, so and spread and spread, propagate. It's really more in detail, but that's okay. Okay, this is because these are all very broad. Okay, so we can go into detail. Okay, that's what we mean by vigorous cultivation. All right. Okay. All right. So we have to learn and practice. All right. That's the first steps. Okay, that's the first steps. Then we propagate too. Okay. So all right. Okay. So then let's look at line 6 and 7. do not be we did do that, right? Yeah, sorry. So do not be misled by saying that's very important, because right now in this world, in this material realm, we are faced with so many different phenomena or different situations. We call situations phenomena. Okay, we are, on the one hand, we are tempted by things that attract, right? Like, oh, we have the latest gadgets, we have all that. Okay, that's all that stuff. Okay, or even if you want to expand it even more, just there could be false prophets too. Okay, there could be other people like say, oh, let's make America great again. Okay, all right, yeah, okay. So then we follow that. So we can become confused. We can say, yeah, we gotta make America great again. We gotta build a wall, man. Come on, let's do it. Okay, so we gotta be careful. Okay, we gotta be careful. I mean, I'm using this as an example. Okay, I mean, I'm just being facetious here. Okay, but do not be misled. That's very important. Be deceived, in other words, okay, by the situation, or because why? If we follow our 5 skandhas, okay, then we can become misled easily. Just like a magician, right? A magician play with cards. He can show you, wow, look at this, how the cards. We use our own eyes. We can say, yeah, it looks real, but in fact we know it's false, right? Because it's a magic trick, right? But it looks extremely real, right? So as long as we use our conscious hearts and mind, we'll be like watching a magic trick. Get it? So the key is you have to go back to the very beginning, right? With the true master in control, our marvelous wisdom will reveal. See, so we have to abide by our true nature, okay? Right? That's why that I cannot stress enough the Surangama Sutra phrase, right? 常住真心. We always remember that. If you can memorize that, then you live, if you eat, live, breathe that, then it will remind you that, what's my true nature? What's my Buddha nature? What's my true heart? You get it? So you have to do that, okay? Because only then, if you abide that, then our true wisdom or marvelous divine wisdom, Mahaprajna, will express itself. What will be revealed? And then we follow that. That wisdom will tell us what we should do naturally, or how we should react, okay? All right, to the situations, okay? All right? And also when we're dealing with people in society, right? We must be nimble and vivacious. Yeah, I mean that's it's very specific. Actually, it basically just means that when we should not be rigid. That's another way of saying we should not be rigid. You get it? We should not be rigid in our dealings. Okay? So that means what does that mean? Rigid. Yeah, flexible. But actually really means it uses our wisdom. Another way to say is you use our wisdom. You get it? Another way is to say, nimble and vivacious is the direct translation. But it actually means, if you want to go into deeper level, it's really use our divine wisdom. That's what it really means. Okay? All right? Get it? Okay? So then that means divine wisdom is flexible. You get it? It's flexible. It's not rigid. It's not fixed. It's not fixed. Get it? It's not like a specific function or formula. All right? Okay. Wisdom is very different, right? And so it's not knowledge. Get it? Okay. All right. So now. Okay. So let's read lines 7 and 8. Resolute faith brings out positive outlooks. Where there are obstacles, there will be trials and demons. With contentment, one's life will be broader. Doing good on human virtues, misfortunes could be turned around. Yeah, okay. So that's why resolute faith, right? It's the faith in that Buddha nature. That means that's the only thing that we have to be rigid in, if you want to call it that way. Yeah, understand? The only thing that we should be rigid in is to abide by our true nature or Buddha nature. That's the only thing. Because if you don't deviate from the principles, if we stay on track, everything will become easier. So that's why it will bring positive. In other words, we'll see things in a different, you can say different light. We can see things. You can see, you can see everything clearly. You can see beyond the physical forms or realities or the situation. Get it? So that means, okay, so we can see not just the tree, not just the leaves, the branches on the tree, but we can see the forest. actually we can see the whole universe, but that's higher level, okay? That's the higher level, okay? So that's what it means, all right? Okay, so, and where there will be obstacles, there will be trials. Yeah, obviously, whenever see, the key is whenever there are, what can I say? You can say obstacles, yeah, impediments, okay, or, right? There are going to be tests. You can say tests. There are tests, okay? There are going to be trials. That's why I say trials and demons. When I say demons, yeah, demons or demonic tests, okay? 魔考, okay? So it's just warning us, not warning us, just telling us that because when we are cultivators, we will face obstacles. Cultivation is not a smooth sailing, okay? Okay? As a matter of fact, there's no cultivation that is smooth sailing. If it's smooth sailing, then that's not really cultivation. Get it? Okay, so in cultivation, right, we will face obstacles and there will be trials. So that's why so do not be, how can I say, do not lose faith or do not be I don't say 考倒, but do not fail. Yeah, don't fail yourself. Don't fail yourself. Yeah, okay? So, yeah, don't become intimidated. Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, don't feel intimidated because the key is you still have to have that resolute faith in our Buddha nature, that our wisdom. Now, how do we deal with these obstacles? Yeah, we use our wisdom. But then here's the question. How does wisdom come about? How does wisdom come about? 定慧, right? 定慧, right? That's part of the eightfold paths, but that's also part of our Buddha nature study. Yeah. Ding means to what? Calm. It means concentration, but literally, Diana. Okay, that's at the broadest term, but it could mean samadhi, which is a little bit higher level, samadhi or samatha. Okay, but anyway, that's a whole high. It just means that we have to calm ourselves. So we don't commit evil. We don't follow our 5 skandhas, right? We abide by our true nature. We calm our heart and mind. So that's why do not have any thoughts. Okay, so it goes to that at the higher level. But that's okay. Okay, we don't want to. But that's what it means. Okay, so that if we could do that, then your wisdom will come out. Get it? Because it's no longer obstructed. Because our mind, quote unquote, or our consciousness is no longer obstructed by the 5 skandhas, by the human mind. Get it? So what's left is our wisdom, our Mahaprajna will come out. And that's how we deal with it. And that's how we cope with obstacles. Get it? Okay, so that's what it means. All right? Okay, so now, with contentment, one's life will be broad. That means whatever we have now that you understand, everything is causality, karma, etc. So our lot in life, our lot in this life, is basically dictated by causality, okay? Yes, we have choice, that's true, okay? But what's the choice? The choice is not to chase even more material wealth if you don't have it, or chase more fame if you don't have fame, or chase more power if you don't have fame. That's not the choice. That's not the choice. The true choice is to be content. Get it? Or the true, right, option is to be content, to be satisfied. Do not chase what? Wealth, fame, and power. Okay? We do not chase that. If we could be satisfied, it's not easy. It's not easy. Most people are not. It's not. If we could become content with what we have, then what does that mean? Our life will be broader. It means actually, yeah, broad means that there are more possibilities. Yeah, you can say that. There are more options. Yeah, that's true. Because why? Because we're no longer pursuing a specific path for what? Wealth, fame, and power. Get it? Okay? So therefore, yeah, so it becomes broader. But actually it also means, it's kind of I don't want to say ironic, but it means it'll be smoother. It'll be less obstacles. Get it? Because it's kind of weird. It's kind of ironic. It's like because if you're actively pursuing wealth, right? Wealth, fame, and power, you'll meet obstacles. Because because think about it. if there's no obstacles to those three things, then everybody could become wealthy, famous, and powerful, right? Right? But in fact, that's not the case, right? Why? Because there are a lot of obstacles. That's why, right? So we gotta look at it in this way. Look at it in that light, okay? Don't think, oh, our life is full of obstacles. Yeah, cultivation has obstacles. There will be tests, right? Like I said, tests before, okay? But the key is, you want to minimize number of obstacles? Don't pursue wealth, power, and fame. Don't minimize that. I mean, I'm not saying if you get rid of all those three, there will be no obstacles. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. It's not absolute like that case, okay? There will still be obstacles because why? There's still karma. There will still be karma. Affinity, karmic affinity. This is when let go of karmic affinities come into play, okay? All right? There will still be karmic affinities because we did something in the previous, and now it's bearing fruit in this life. So even though I'm not pursuing fame, I'm not pursuing wealth, I'm not pursuing power, but, okay, sure, so I eliminate those type of obstacles, but there's still going to be trials or obstacles from my previous karma. Get it? Okay, so that's why. Okay, so that's why we should, in this case, if you want to go deeper, that's what it means. All right? Okay, so so doing good things, doing good. So the key is this. Yeah, the key is this. So remember, yeah. Okay, we said, yeah, how to avoid obstacles, how to overcome. Yeah, use prajna. That's one way. That's one way. The other way is, that's more the internal way, internal. Externally, we have to, yeah, help others, do good things, right? Don't, offset to compensate for whatever we did previously that's lacking or whatever, okay? All right? So then but if we do, now, the key is when we say do good thing, accumulate virtues. The way to accumulate virtues is to have a non-conditional heart, unconditioned heart. You get it? Wu-wei. Okay, so whatever we do, we don't do it with an intention says, oh, I want to accumulate merit or virtue. We don't do it that way. You get it? Because you can do it that way, but understand that merit or virtue will be limited. You get it? And the result of that will be called what we call karmic reward. If we do good things with a non-conditional heart and mind, right? The merit and virtue that we accumulate is everlasting and it's unlimited. So it transcends karmic rewards. Get it? Okay, so that's why. And so that's why if we could do that, pile on these unconditioned virtues, merits, etc. deeds, then that can in turn help offset any misfortunes. So that's why misfortunes could be turned around. That's what it means, okay? Now, it doesn't guarantee that, it's absolute. No, it doesn't guarantee that. But it just means in general, in totality, that's the case, okay? That's usually the case, all right? So this is a motive for us to do good, okay? All right? Okay? All right? Okay, now let's read the last
one for the
last line.
Well, yeah.
No, I thought we have more.
No, there is more, but
No, there's more.
yeah,
Right?
break.
It's on 19. Oh, you're kidding. Okay. All right. So do not let this lifetime pass in vain. Must achieve enlightenment. Yeah. So what the chief examiner is saying that he's see this first section is basically deals with principles. Basically, that's usually the format of the chief examiner poetry, because he's in two sections. First section is basically talking about principles. You can say principles, the major ideas, principles, all right? Okay, core, the essence. Okay, so he's just, speaking about all these previous, lines, principles. He's hoping that don't waste this life, basically. Don't waste this opportunity. I don't say waste this life. Waste this opportunity to become awakened, to learn the Tao, to practice the Tao, to cultivate the Tao, to propagate the Tao. Okay, and in doing so, we accumulate merits. We do all that things. Okay, so we can then what? Actually become enlightened. Okay, or realize that Buddha nature. So we must achieve in this lifetime, because we are in this last period of the open propagation of the Tao. Understand? If we miss this window of opportunity in this lifetime, Tao will appear sometime in the future, but it could be, I don't know how many kalpas. I don't know. It could be a long time, okay? So why now that you have and later on it's going to talk, in the next section like that. We have this affinity already, right, to come and hear to attend the Dharma class. Why not make good use of it, right, of this opportunity, and not waste it, right? So basically that's what that last line he's trying to encourage us. All right? Okay. Any questions? There's a lot.
Means we want to become Buddhas in this lifetime. In the future, we have a future life. We want to make a vow because Buddha vow is coming down again, not because our karma to come back again. Yeah, and that's important. This lifetime. Even the Tao might be available down the road.
Yeah, but
we may not be there.
Yeah, but you don't know how long, too.
And we may not be in the place which Tao is available.
Right.
Right?
Well,
we may not receive Tao.
Well, remember karma, right? So yeah. I mean, I know we don't talk about it, but I guess when we receive the Tao, or in the Dharma class, they talk about it, right? In the meaning of the Dharma class, right? The fact that we are able to receive the Tao means that we have cultivated 3 previous lifetimes. Okay, at least 3. Okay, at least 3, minimum 3. Okay, so that means it's 3 lifetimes worth of effort. Okay, and searching, etc., etc. Okay, 3 lifetimes to receive the Tao, to receive the 3 teachers, and to attend the Dharma class means you've cultivated at least 5. Right? To become vegetarian means you've cultivated at least 7. I think 10. I forgot 10.
To live in temple.
Yeah, to live in temple is how many?
7.
7. And so that means it's all these. This is karma, right? Remember I said this is causality. In previous lifetimes, we don't know how far in the past, how hard and how many obstacles we've overcome in searching, in cultivating, in searching, in seeking the truth. That now in this lifetime, we have this, therefore, this karmic affinity, the confluence of all these conditions allows us to have this opportunity to receive the Tao, to attend the Dharma class, to either to live in the temple or set up a temple or to become vegetarian. All these are accumulated merits and virtues of all our previous deeds from all our previous lives. So why waste it? Why throw it all away if we don't continue to cultivate and achieve enlightenment in this lifetime? Understand? Make sense?
Yeah.
Right? So when you look at it in that light, it's like, wow, that's a lot to waste, to throw away. Right? That's a lot of effort. How many lifetimes? I don't know. 10, 20, 50? I don't know. So if you want to throw it all away, well, then maybe you have to wait another 10, 50, 20, 50, I don't know, 10, 100 lifetimes to be able to get where you are in this same situation. That's kind of sad, right? So that's why Buddhas can see that because they can see everything. They can see the past and the future. We humans only look at the present. Duh, okay? And so that's the problem with our conscious mind, our 5 skandhas, because we are so bound, so you could say tied down by the 5 skandhas and the 6 knots, really. But that's okay. That's Surangama Sutra. But that's okay. No, so that we are confused. We are confused. We are deceived. You get it? So we are lost. Okay? So, all right? Oh man, we don't have time to finish this, man.
Please allow me to maybe explain when we talk about that we should be flexible, not rigid. Yeah. Mencius gave a very good example. According to Chinese propriety, in the past especially, men and women were not supposed to touch, like hold hands or anything. But then Mencius asked the audience, if your sister-in-law is drowning,
Yeah.
reach out. According to propriety, one's not supposed to, but a life is, going to be gone. So you have to use the wisdom. It's always so rigid. There's also another example. We talk about being sincere, and so there was a person in the past also. He was keeping an appointment, but then suddenly was the flood. A very big flood, and people asked him to run, but he said, I have to meet my friend in this place at a certain time, and my friend hasn't come yet. So many times Phil asked him to leave, but then he's kind of, holding on to or abiding in that sincerity, but then he lost his life. Yeah, so actually, in the Analects, Confucius also told his disciples, we talk about our 5 constants, but this also have to be associated with our Buddha nature or perfect wisdom. It has to be done to a good, we say, good moderation or good degree. If something that's overdone without not in the context of wisdom, then it may not be a good thing.
Still going? Let's still continue, man, because we have a lot to cover. I'm not even done with the sand writing. I want to get to the scripture, the marvelous scripture, because that's more. There's more stuff in there. I mean, there's more important.
One more sentence.
10, right? To be gathered together in the temple today, everybody working unceasingly for Dharma class, full of benevolent spirit that moves heaven and earth, heaven and humans working cheerfully and happily together. Rare and precious is this occasion. Encourage oneself to earnestly come to learn. With single-hearted devotion, understand the truth. Naturally can remove doubts within one's mind. Okay? The vows in daily living, live to rigorously perform good deeds and practice faith. So basically, the first two lines is saying that, everybody's working together, right? The Dharma class is really a combination of heaven and earth, right? The union of heaven and earth. And a place too, so that's the earth, heaven, place, heaven, humans, and earth, right? That we are all together to be able to hold the Dharma class, right? And so it's rare and precious. Remember, 5 lifetimes, right? 5 previous lifetimes. So if you understand that, then we should be earnest in wanting to learn, right? Be diligent in wanting to learn, right, about the Tao, right? And so we should have this devotion, this wholehearted devotion or focus, you can say, to really understand what the truth is. That is the Tao, right? And if we could do that, then we'll start removing those doubts, okay, or those questions we have, in our minds about what is true, what is false, all that stuff, right? Okay, all that stuff. All right, what is real, what is not real, what is impermanent, what is permanent, all that stuff. Okay, and then actually the Tao is not just learning the scriptures, going advanced, learning, on Buddha nature and all that stuff. That's part of it, but actually it's in everyday life. Okay, it's in in everyday life, how we live our lives. Okay, and so we need. And what does that mean in everyday life? That means in everyday life we should do what the sages taught us, or what the Buddhas teach us, right? Taught us. That is, that we have to do good things. We have to not do the 5 evils, right? The 5 cardinal sins, right? Or the 10 unwholesome acts or whatever. Practice the 10 wholesome acts. Practice filial piety, right? Because in the previous Dharma class in New York last week, we talked about the scripture, which was what? The marvelous scripture called 孝心, or filial heart, filial mind, filial heart. Okay, so that's part of that. Okay, it's also part of we're going to get to the scripture of scripture, which is the main, you can say the main theme, the theme of the scripture. It's called benevolent heart, right? Benevolent heart. Okay, so that's just another aspect of our Tao heart. Okay, of the heart of Tao, or the true heart, or the true nature. Okay, all right. Okay, let's continue. I want to finish this sand writing first. So we have to, in the middle of the page, get rid of the bad habits of the mundane world, arouse the spirit of pure virtue and goodness. Do not neglect to strictly follow the rules. Display dignified and great honors by manner. Under heaven's order, I am holding this red pen, recording every detail distinctly and accurately. Time's limited, and I will stand aside, wishing brothers and sisters will have outstanding results. Okay, so basically it means, just like previous. You'll see later on in the full scripture. We have to, one way to cultivate, right? To learn to become get closer to our true nature, and to have that divine wisdom, is to get rid of this bad habits, right? Okay, of this world, and then we have to basically arouse that. That's part of the awakening process. Is to raise up that spirit, okay, of what our pure virtue and goodness, which is from our true nature, okay? So it's that absolute nature, okay? The absolute, okay? So we have to arouse that. We have to awaken it, okay? And he's also reminding us to follow the rules of the temple, and we have to behave and display that awe-inspiring behavior, right? Dignified, awe-inspiring behavior. And so he's saying he is holding under God's command order. He is, he's using that red pen to record every detail, okay, very accurately, without bias, etc. Okay, and because time is limited, he'll stand aside and he'll stop and he wishes all of us can achieve very good results. Okay, all right. So that's the end of the sandwriting. That's the first day on Saturday. So now we go to the next page, page 4, which is the second day, Sunday. We have what we call scripture within the scripture, or marvelous scripture, composed by two different Buddhas, Buddhas, we can say Buddha. One is by our holy teacher Ji Gong, and the other one is by an immortal called Immortal Li. All right. So first, holy teacher came. So they composed two lines, right? One holy teacher, the first line, and then Immortal Li, the second line. So that's in color. All right. So the blue words are by holy teacher, and the green words are by Immortal Li. Okay. So the first two lines are what? Maintain a good heart and use true love to make this world more beautiful. And then nurture a tolerant and generous character and move people with utmost sincerity. Right. So that's basically the summary of what the next 24 lines text or scripture is. Okay. All right. So basically, once again, it's that principle of we have to maintain a good heart. Remember, I said once again, we have to abide by our true nature, true heart. Okay, that's what the good heart is, the true heart. And we use that true love from that good heart to make this world a better place. Okay, to create heaven on earth. Okay, that's essentially what you can say. Okay, and the second line is that's the internal aspect, is that we have to also nurture that benevolence, that goodness, you can say goodness, benevolence, that virtuous heart within ourselves, and that is to nurture a tolerant and generous, right? We have to be tolerant. We have to be not bigoted or not narrow-minded, all right, okay? And generous, that means giving, okay? Charitable, right? Very, very, very forgiving, even forgiving and giving, all right? And then, and if we can nurture that, right, and be very sincere, we can nurture it well, and then we have to be very sincere. That's very honest, very truthful with ourselves, right, with our being. That's how we can influence people, okay, and that's how we move people, right, by our sincerity, by that goodness, and by our sincerity. Okay, we display it, all right, we display that, all right. So that's the basically the summary of that. Okay, so then, I'm going to skip that. We are Jigong Living Buddha, Immortal by Harvest. Okay, all right. So near the bottom half, second half of the page 4, that's the formal scripture. All right. So it's really this. It looks like this. It looks like this. So and there's a hidden word in here, 2 words, but you don't see it here. So okay, so yeah, it's right there. Right there, all right? So it looks like that. That's the formal scripture, okay? So there's a hidden, that's what we call it, marvelous scripture. There, and in the red, the highlighted red, those 2 words, it means benevolent heart, okay? Which is another, aspect of our Buddha heart, or of our Buddha mind, okay? Bodhi mind, or true heart, okay? Whatever you want to call it, okay? It means benevolent heart. Yeah. Yeah, and so we read from right to left, top down, right to left. Yeah, that's Chinese. Yeah, that's in Chinese. That's what the scripture is. So the red part, you follow the strokes. No, you follow the strokes.
Right, dancing.
Yeah. So it's right to left. So those 2 characters highlighted in red, and those Chinese characters highlighted under the red, they will form another. I mean, it's 2 words, right? It's 2 words, but it will also form another poem. You can say poem, right? And that's on the far left, on the far left.
Actually, the first two lines that we just read.
And it's basically the first two lines. Yeah, so it's marvelous. That's why it's amazing. So it's basically the first two lines that we just read. Okay, so it's very interesting. And that contains the you can say the essence of this scripture, of this poem. You can say this poem. So the main theme is benevolent heart. So basically, what's going to talk about if we go detail the 24 lines, those 24 columns of words, it's basically describing the benevolent heart. It's essentially that's it. Okay, so that's why Buddha. Okay, all right. So let's go to the. We'll read the. Wow, that's a lot. 24. We got to keep going. All right. So basically, I don't think we should read it, right? Because it takes too much time.
Yeah, you might.
Take too much time.
You
I'm gonna
just
have
read it.
yeah.
You-
So basically, no, I don't want to read it because it takes too much time. So basically, the first, I'm just gonna summarize. You guys, I'm not gonna go into detail because we don't have enough time. I'll try to go into detail a little bit, but basically, the first two lines, all right, the first two lines basically is saying that, okay, what is that benevolent heart? Okay, what is a benevolent heart? Okay, a benevolent heart it's its benevolent actions, right? Yeah, must be proper. So what I'm trying to say, a benevolent heart is upright, it's true, it's proper. It doesn't deviate from the Tao, from the principles. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say, from our Buddha nature. So if we can do that, if we can abide right by that true heart, as the Surangama Sutra says, okay, then our actions will also be upright and proper. Okay, will be why? Okay, so that's what it is. So then what is that upright heart? What is that benevolent and kind-hearted, true heart, whatever? It's what? It can be described by the following: that it is kindness, it is amiable, it has no rage, right? It is peaceful, it is gentle, all that. Okay, so that's what the first line. And the second line basically says, don't let us not forget that we have to nourish also good virtues, which is the five constants, the 8 virtues, all that stuff, the 10 wholesome deeds, all that stuff. Okay, and also we have to realize that we have to have a tolerant nature, tolerant, generous nature, right? Because we have to be tolerant. It's like basically saying what Jesus is saying, right? Turn the other cheek, right? Love thy neighbor as you would love yourself, right? So that's basically what it implies, okay? All right? And so the third and fourth line basically is that on top of that, that's another aspect, right? These are just more different facets of what a benevolent or heart is, right? Or mind, is that when we behave, when we do things, we have to do things with humility, with meekness, okay? And that will be an example. We can set ourselves up as an example or role model, right, for others, okay? And we also have to remember, it says concentrate calm. Yeah, that's Dhyana. That's Dhyana, okay? That's Dhyana, peace of mind. And then naturally, if you could concentrate, if you can focus, if we can keep our mind still, do not have all these wild thoughts, then naturally we'll have a calm heart and mind. Get it? Our mind won't be agitated, in other words. Get it? We won't be agitated, okay? All right? So there will be less afflictions, all right? Less afflictions, okay? And then the fourth line basically says, yeah, we have to be determined. We have to be resolute, okay, to have a focused mind. So that, and why? Because if we do that, remember in the previous scripture we talked about wisdom. By having a calm and focused mind, then wisdom will reveal itself. So if it does, when wisdom reveals itself, then we will not be confused. Get it? We will not be lost, confused, okay? So that's why it says, open up one's wisdom, do not wait and linger, okay, and see, all right? It means do not linger, do not hesitate, okay? Don't hesitate, don't beat around the bush, okay? Don't linger around, okay? That's what I mean, all right? Okay, so the next page, page 5. Let's see. Yeah. Another aspect of what a manifestation of this benevolent heart and mind is that we have to be fair. We have to be fair, just, fair-minded, and reasonable. Okay, all right. When we debate, and that's part of that nimbleness and vivaciousness, right? Flexibility, non-rigid. Okay, because once we have a tolerant character, right? Tolerant and generous character, right? Then we will have a more open mind. So there will be, you can say, less obstacles, right? Less obstacles, okay? That's why it's a broader path. I mean, we'll have a broader path in mind, right? Okay, all right. And then we also have to, same time, yeah. How do we nurture this, this tolerant, generous character, et cetera, is that we have to, it says gradually, right? Gradually transform. Yeah, we have to, we can't, we're not, we're still humans, right? We're not totally enlightened yet. So we have to, that's why we have to learn, right? Learn and cultivate. This is part of the cultivation process. We have to gradually transform and get rid of, disperse all negative feelings and, you can say, sentiments. All notions of what? Of hate, anger, rage, greed, lust, all that stuff. Okay, we have to gradually do so. Okay, all right, and that when we could do that, if we could gradually get rid of all those things, that's part of the 5 skandhas. Okay, by the way, all right. Okay, if we could get rid of all that, then what's gonna reveal itself? It's our wisdom, divine wisdom. That's why the revelation of heavenly nature. It's our divine wisdom. Our divine wisdom. Then, and it will always be very. When you say joyful, that means you'll be content. You'll be happy. Okay, we'll be happy. All right, and then, so that's why it says the line 7 means, yeah. So if we could do that, if we could go back, get rid of all those human desires, human consciousness, those 3 poisons, all that stuff. Okay, all that stuff, all those negative feelings or sentiments. I mean, when I say negative, actually, it's really both sides. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But then we can become closer to our true nature, our Buddha nature, and that is true bliss. Okay, that is real, true happiness. And so we have to try to grow and cultivate, right? Nurture, you can say, this down foundation. That's the root. That's the essence, the core of our true self, of our true master. Okay, and we have to do it sincerely and faithfully. Okay, that means diligently. Okay, we have to non-stop, right? We have to continue. That's part of the cultivation process. And then if we could do that, and remember, we could accumulate when we do good things, right? We behave properly, right? We do things fairly, we do things with sincerity, we are tolerant, we are magnanimous, okay? Then all those, that is, and we do it without condition, right? Without condition, remember, right? Without condition. Then all that accumulated merits, or you can say virtues, right? Or potential, yeah, will be expressed. You can say, burst forth in the form of great love. We call that great love. Great love, right? Love thy neighbor as you would yourself, right? That's great love. Turn the other cheek. That's great love, right? All that, right? You're generous. You are how can I say? We don't bicker, right? You're tolerant. All that is great love, okay? Or understanding, great love, great, okay? All right. So if we could do that, if we could reach that level, then there will be happiness, joy, you can say, throughout the 3 realms, or everywhere. That means everywhere. It literally means everywhere. It just means everywhere. Not only just in this human realm, but also in the celestial realm too, because or in the underworld, because our ancestors will also stand to benefit. But that's okay. That's really more. Okay. That's why there will be joy in those realms too. Okay. The line 9 means that we have to be sincere. We have to be firm. You can say firm. Okay. To maintain the truth. Yeah. 真理常住. It's basically our true nature, our true heart. We have to maintain that true heart. We have to abide within, or stay within, okay, that dwell within that true heart, right, that true nature, okay. And what is our goal? Our goal is that we hope that everybody can also reach that level, and so That's the happiness. That's that joy, the happiness that if we could, how can I say, if we could discover or stay stay within that true nature, that's that ultimate bliss, or you can say infinite joy. Okay, you can say infinite joy, infinite bliss, and that's the goal. That's the goal that we want to achieve throughout the world, because we want everybody else to achieve it. All right. Line 10 is we should exhort ourselves. That means encourage ourselves to have that pure and virtuous heart and mind. That is our Buddha nature, and also we have to do it with sincerely, right? Sincerely and with non-conditional. But anyway, okay, and line 11 basically says that good people, that's virtuous people. Basically, it means virtuous people are accompanied by conscience. That means they are conscientious. Okay, we have a conscience. All right, that's the difference between good people and bad people. Is that you have a conscience. Okay, and then evil people loathe being alone. Yeah, that means. Yeah, it's harder to. It just means that they want to attract. They want others to do the same. That's why it says attract evil. Right? That means, in others, bad people don't just want to do bad things by themselves. Not by themselves, but they don't want to be the only ones doing it. Maybe that's a better way of saying. You get it? They want to attract. They want to influence other people to follow them. Understand? That's what it means. In other words, so in Chinese, it's really the opposites. These two pairs, right? One is basically saying good people are doing good, have this, and evil people do not that. Okay, so that's good. That's enough for now. That's it. Okay, so next line is being empathetic. Remember, empathetic. That means what? In Chinese, literally that term means 将心此心. It means 必心必心. 将心必心 means you put yourself in other person's shoes. That's what literally it means. So that's it's empathetic. Okay, I mean it's too long to say put yourself in another. Okay, it's so heartwarming because you come to see the other person's point of view. That's part of being that tolerant. Remember, right? That tolerance, that understanding, that magnanimity, right? So you basically it's like saying the golden rule, right? It's like the golden rule too, right? Okay, and then we say profound actions. That means actually this profound actions means that our actions that are virtuous and non-conditioned. In other words, that profound actions means that these are actions that come straight from our true heart. You get it? That are not subject to conditions. Okay, that's what's profound actions. Then we could transform ignorance or stubbornness. I mean, it's just stubbornness. Literally, that means stubbornness. But we could transform our ignorance. You get it? Okay, our ignorance. Okay, all right. And then, if we could transform our ignorance, we can do that. Okay, then we become really self-aware. So not only do we become self-aware, but we want to help others to be aware, in order for them to become aware, right? To be awakened, to be aware, right? To become enlightened. In other ways, being aware, you can say, at the highest level, it means enlightened. Okay, samadhi, that's the highest level. Okay, samadhi. Well, the different levels of samadhi, but that's the highest level. It's to return to Dharma dhatu, or we can say absolute heaven, the absolute realm. Okay, or 究竟界, right? That's in Chinese called 究竟界. All right, that's hard to describe. Okay, it's Dharma dhatu. Okay, or that oneness. But anyway, that's okay. Okay, so then we also have to establish ourselves, right? That means, what's that mean, establish ourselves? To basically abide by our true nature. That means to dwell in our true nature. To stay within our true nature. Get it? Okay? To stay and to display. And then we also help others to do the same. Okay? And then if we could do that, then they will reach what? Paramita literally means reach the other shore. That means enlightened too. Okay? Enlightenment. So these two phrases are basically connected to each other. All right? Are complements of that. Okay, so page 6. Okay, then we say obstruct, or impede. That means, we should not. In other words, we should do things that are moral. Okay, that's really what maybe better phrasing is that we should be moral. We should have morality. We should do things with morality. We should do things with humanity and virtue. We should do virtuous things. We should do benevolent things, good things, all right? Okay? And the true learning is to what? Help us realize our first treasure. Literally, it means, enter the marvelous. It's that first name. That's the Tao. That's the supreme learning, supreme Dharma, supreme teaching, okay? All right? That's the true, that's basically to realize our true nature, okay? That's really, that's the highest level of learning. That's the real learning, okay? Next line is that, in this world today, people are all searching, right, for, literally, it's a pure land of bliss, Sukhavati, right? That's the land of what? Amitabha, right? Amitabha, right? Okay? That's the Ju Jing Tu, right? That's the Le Jing Tu, sorry, Le Jing Tu, Le Jing Tu. That's the Le Jing Tu. That's literally what it means, Le Jing Tu. That's the pure land of bliss. So basically, people want to have better lives. So they're looking for paradise. You can say that's another way of saying people are looking for paradise. But unfortunately, sentient beings are looking for paradise only in the physical realm. They don't realize that there is a spiritual paradise. Okay? All right? So, but actually, if we could help others reach spiritual paradise, then we can also create a physical paradise. Okay? So then that means we should be sympathetic, right? Remember apathetic before? Now we should be sympathetic. That hoping, trying to basically help people to achieve that goal of that spiritual paradise. So that once we could do that, then we can create naturally a physical paradise will appear. Okay? Will also be achieved. All right? Okay? So we have to do our best to redeem. To basically to turn around this bad time. Okay? This bad era. Okay? This perilous, dangerous. It's full of danger, right? Because we have a lot of calamities. Remember? Okay? Decade, right, from the previous San writing, right? Okay, so we have to do our best. Okay, that means we should not give up. We should continue to move forward, right? And we should act in accordance with with our true nature, to climb this stairway to heaven, basically to reach enlightenment. Okay, to reach enlightenment. Okay, all right. Now, yeah. So on the one hand, it's hard. It's difficult for us not to complain, not to say things. So we say, no need to lament the darkness of this world. Yeah, because why? We realize that all this is due to causality, karma. You understand, right? So it's like what do you call that? Water under the bridge. Okay, so it's done. What is done is done. We know that this world is chaotic, it's full of strife. Okay, so there's we shouldn't have to cry over that, because we understand that's all due to causality, right? So instead of crying over it or lamenting, right, or complaining about it, we should do the utmost and to the best of our abilities, right? Remember the previous lines, to help others, etc., etc., etc. All right? Okay, to do that. All right. So then, literally, gleaming. Okay, that's good enough. And then, so rather we should have a more positive outlook or positive attitude, right? Which is what? Between everybody, others and yourself, there is love. There is true love. Actually, that love. Okay, that love.
Unconditional.
What's that?
Unconditional.
Yeah, unconditioned love. Yeah, the unconditioned love. Okay, so it's just as we have to cherish karmic affinities, right? Because we have karma, right? We have affinities, we have attractions or whatever, okay? Then we should also encourage everybody else to do their best, okay? All right? We should take this time, take this opportunity that we have, that this affinity, that opportunity to meet, to be together, then we should also encourage each other, all right? To do the best. And we should continue to what? To plant the seeds of good karma, right? By doing good things, saying good things, doing things unconditionally, okay? These, so that what? People around us, can be influenced, right? Because we want to we can serve as, become examples or paragons. Okay, now the line 20. Did you continue? Yeah, root out. Yeah, root out complaints, cruelty, perversity, and extremism. Wow. So that's a mouthful, right? So because humans are unfortunately so much bound by our desires, our lusts, our passions. We are so deep in it. Okay, so we have to root it out. So get to the cause, basically the cause, right? The source. That's why it's called root out. Okay, complaints or grievances. We have gripes, right? We have negative sentiments, feelings. We have cruelty. I mean, cruelty. Yeah, you could say. We have jealousy. We have all that. All right, perversity, right? Lust and all that stuff, and extremism, right? Okay, so we have to root all that out. Okay, these are all negative things. Okay, all right, because why? The true virtue, the highest virtue, has nothing to do with these things. We can say hatred, right? Hatred. We say hatred. It's passions. It's all these human emotions. You can say that the highest virtue transcends all that. Okay, all right, okay. So we should also constantly self-reflect and look inward. Don't blame others. We always look inward, right? Oh, don't blame others. Don't complain about others. Don't have grievances about others. We just self-reflect. Ask ourselves, okay? Are we being truthful? Are we being compassionate? Are we being generous? Are we being tolerant? All that, all right? All that, okay? Are we doing the best, our best? Are we acting according to our Buddha nature? Are we, okay? All right? And so in all respects, in everything we think, we say, we do, we have to be cautious and prudent and don't become confused, okay, and deceived. All right? Okay? That means don't become confused and deceived. That means we have to follow that wisdom, okay? That wisdom, all right? And so we should carefully investigate or learn. Yeah, investigate. I use investigate. Yeah, you can. Yeah, investigate. Yeah, learn. Yeah, okay. That means deeply learn. Right, the true meaning of life. What is the meaning of life? What is life all about? Okay, so because it's not late. It's not too late to become awakened. Okay, from today on. Right, from this day onward. It's not too late. It's not too late. As long as we are awakened and we come to realize what the true meaning of life is, right? What the meaning of life is all about, right? Okay, it's not too late, all right. So if we could do that, then we'll have a calm and composed heart, right? We'll have a more, remember, content heart, right? From the previous, our heart and mind will become more composed, unperturbed, undisturbed, right? Undisturbed. So that holds great promise. Because that means the road, the path, it will be brighter, will be wider, okay? So we have to love others as we love ourselves. That's special. That's extraordinary. It's not uncommon. I mean, it's not common. It's not, common, right? That's what it means. Not common, not ordinary, right? We have to, because why? We come to realize that everybody is the same. That all of us, even though we appear differently, we speak different languages, we have different backgrounds, but we are all, in the essence, in the pure sense, we're all the same. We're all one. We're all one. So that's why, Jesus said, well, you have to love others as you would love yourself. Okay? All right? So that's the same idea. All right? Okay? And then the last line is basically, the Buddhas are reminding us that our years of life or journey in this world is very brief, very short. Okay? It's very short. We do not live forever. We're not immortals, right? Like Immortal Lee, right? We're not immortals. But yet, even though our physical lives may be brief, okay, in this world, but the benevolent heart, that, right, 人性, the whole, the essence, the main theme of this scripture, of this poetry, is that it's continuous forever. Or it could be spread, it's continuous, it's everlasting. That's what the true heart is. That's what our true heart, that's what our Buddha heart is, or you can say the Bodhi mind and heart is, okay? It's always everlasting. It's always that pure, calm, unperturbed, non-dualistic, right? timeless, dimensionless self or heart. Okay, that's what it is. That's why it's everlasting. Okay, all right. So that's the. I went very quick. Okay, but you guys because we don't have time to go in depth. All right. Okay. So now, so now the last two lines are basically the first two lines, and that forms the character of the benevolent heart. All right. Okay. Okay. So now let's go to the song. The song is really beautiful. No, not the song. Yeah, it's a song, right? It's a song. It's a song. It's 16 lines, but they're very short. Okay, so Buddha, the holy teacher and Immortal Lee gave us a song. All right, it's a very good song, and it also talks about our benevolent heart. Okay, it's another. It says. So let's read it. Okay, so let's read that. Do not be surprised that we meet in this world. In fact, we agreed in heaven to come to this world. Heaven has arranged for us to be together. Hand in hand, we trust one another wholeheartedly, striding forward. During this time of cultivation, our hearts and minds must not waver. Optimistic and kind, I want to be God's good child. Distinguish true from false, good from bad, good from evil. Purity and stillness lets wisdom develop even more. Okay? In this world of gain and loss, success and failure, we must learn to be unperturbed. We must be the master of our own destiny. Always maintain the original mind and nurture well our ability. See the lofty mountains, see the oceans. Firm aspiration has outstanding quality. Because of you, there's warmth in my heart. Because of Tao, life has even more splendor. Mutual gratitude and mutual love, walking towards a brighter future. The heart of Tao is eternal or everlasting. All right. So, and the song title or the melody is "It's Not Because I'm Lonely That I Think of You." So in this song, it's a song. It's a song. Okay. In this lyrics, he's talking about actually the benevolent heart too. Okay. So basically the first three lines are saying that, there's causality, there's karma. We have karmic affinity. So it's no accident, or it's not. We should not be surprised that we encounter each other. We meet in this world. Literally means sea of humanity, but that means this world. And the reason why is because, in fact, maybe in heaven, right? In heaven, we have agreed to come back to this world, to this earthly realm, and that it is, you can say, part of the arrangement in heaven, right? By heaven, that we are together in this place, in this Dharma class, in this guys. Okay, so that means there's a causality involved. Okay, all right, there's a causality involved here. Okay, so it's not by chance, it's not random. Okay, so, and at the same time, I guess what our goal that we agreed to in heaven, that in this lifetime, what we have to do is that we are going to trust each other, or you can say, some people in the literal translation also mean rely on each other too. But basically, we have to have faith and trust in each other that we are with the single mind, heart and mind, that we are going to move forward. In other words, we're going to cultivate. We want to reach enlightenment, okay? Achieve enlightenment, okay? And so during this time of cultivation, remember, right, of learning and cultivation, our hearts and mind must be firm, right? We have to, right, stay within that benevolent heart, okay, benevolent mind, okay, that non-conditioned heart and mind, right, okay, that true heart and mind. And we have to have a positive view, right? We have to be, it says optimistic and kind. Yeah, you can say kind, kind, amiable, friendly, yeah, okay. We have to be positive, we have to be open, have a amiable, generous, friendly mind. Our goal is to be God's good child. In other words, we want to achieve. We want to achieve enlightenment. Okay, all right, and we have to differentiate, right, what is wrong, what is right and wrong. Basically, what is proper, what is improper, what is good and bad, right? What is true and false. Okay. In other words, example, we have to understand that, this physical life is really not true, because we can't live forever, right? We can't live forever. So there's something else beyond that, right? So we also have to nurture that spiritual side of us, all right? Okay, that's the difference between true and false, okay? Till we have to know what's good and bad, right? What's right and wrong, right? All that. What's moral, what's immoral, right? All that stuff, okay? And with purity and stillness, right? Remember we talked about it in the previous lines, right? We have to have that stillness and pureness, right? That, which is one of the, you can say, one of the qualities or attributes of our Buddha nature, right? It's pure, it's still. You can say it's still. It doesn't have all those human thoughts. It doesn't have an agitated mind, okay? It has no brainstorming, okay? All right? So within that, once we have that level, we can calm our minds. We have a, right? We have to, remember, we have to focus, concentrate our mind, right? Don't if you really want to go in deep, it's to not let a thought arise. That's really what it means, okay? Our wisdom then will reveal itself, right? Will be revealed, right? Okay, or no, all right? Or develop. You can say, develop, reveal, because wisdom doesn't need to be developed. It just has to be revealed. It's already there. The only reason why we don't see it, or we don't feel it, or we don't sense it, is because we have an agitated mind. Our minds are not calm, are not pure. Get it? It's if our minds are calm and pure, then that wisdom will naturally be displayed. What's left, right? It's not. So it's not to develop it. It's basically to calm our hearts and mind. Then naturally the wisdom will be revealed. Unveil. You can say unveil. Will not be covered up. Get it? Okay. All right. So then, in this world, right? In this physical realm, right? We have what? Winners and losers. We have success and failure. We gain and lose, right? It's a zero-sum game. I'm not saying zero-sum, but anyway, but we have both. We have both. So that means we have what? A dialectic world, right? Dualistic world. So we should not be disturbed by that. We should not be influenced by that. That's what it means, right? We have to learn to be unperturbed. Because those are all physical phenomena. That's the natural course of things. There's going to be a rise, there's going to be a fall. That's natural. So don't be influenced by that. Get it? Because our true heart and mind is absolute. It's not affected by that. Understand? So if we can abide by that, then we will not be affected by what happens around us. You get it? Right? Okay? All right? So that's the key. Okay? So we must be the master of our destiny. That's the only way to become a master. Otherwise, we'll be driven by success and failure, gains and loss. You get it? That's the karmic forces. Make sense? Right? If we do not abide with our true nature, okay, then we will be driven, forced by that. So we will not become a master of our destiny. Get it? Okay? So that's what it means. So we should always maintain the original heart and mind. And we have to nurture it well. Yeah, you can say nurture well our ability. That's what's our ability? It's that wisdom. Okay? It's that wisdom to see through, to deal with any situation, whether gain or loss, success or failure, etc., etc. All right? All that. Okay? All the ups and downs of life. Okay? All right? And then see the lofty mountains, see the oceans. Now, how vast this world is, how high the mountains are, how vast are the oceans. That means our aspirations has to be firm and high and lofty as the high mountains, and as vast and grand as the oceans. Get it? So it has an outstanding quality. That's how our aspirations should be. Understand? We should not be narrow. In other words, only seeking, selfish wealth, fame, power. None of that. You get it? We should be helping others. We should helping others to achieve, right? Remember all the previous lines, right? To say that. So that's the lofty aspiration, the vast aspiration of our true nature. Okay? So that has an outstanding. It's outstanding, right? That's extraordinary, all right? Quality. So now, because we're not doing that by ourselves, okay? We have others. So that's why, because of you, that means others, there is warmth in my heart. Because there are others too that also have these aspirations, that also can achieve, be like, okay? All right? So that's why that gives us warmth, right? Okay? So we're not lonely. We're not lonely. Okay? We're not trying to achieve, paradise in this world by ourselves. Okay? So that's what it means, all right? Also, and we're all one. That's the higher level. Okay, we're all one. All right, and then because of this Tao, this principle, you can say this truth, then life has more splendor, more meaning. Okay, more meaning. All right, more splendor. Okay, or better future prospects. Okay, that's one. All right, and so we have mutual gratitude and mutual love, right? Because we're all one and the same. We're all one and the same. All right, we're all one and the same. We all have that Buddha nature. We just have to express it. We have to see beyond our physical forms. Okay, all right. We should not be constricted by those physical forms, and so we should walk together towards a brighter future. In other words, towards what? Yeah, achieving nirvana. You can say achieving enlightenment. All right, and also creating a paradise in this world. Okay, and so that's the heart of the Tao. That's the heart of the Tao is eternal. It's everlasting. Okay, makes sense. Okay, so if you want to look at lines 14, right, 14 and 15. 14, line 14. Another way of saying is, I forgot which sutra it is. It's either the Surangama Sutra, once again, or the Lotus Sutra. It's called Li Xiang Ming Fu. You got to remember that too. Li Xiang Ming Fu. Ming means not bright. It means name. Call. It's Diamond Sutra? Yeah, maybe it's Diamond Sutra. Okay. Li Xiang Ming Fu. Well, no, it's Ming. Yeah, no. Li means to depart. To time it's to rid of forms. To have no forms is called Buddha. Okay, that's what it means. To get rid of forms. Buddha have no forms. What do we mean by forms? Now, I don't mean just by shape. That's not it. It just means to have any of those, what? Human heart, human mind, dualistic passion. You get it? Human passions, afflictions. That's really what that forms mean. Okay, forms into it's the five skandhas. Basically, it's the five skandhas. Okay, so if we have no five skandhas, then we are Buddhas. Period. That's it. Okay, that's it. So just something to bear in mind. All right. Okay. So it's a very nice song. It's very how can I say? It's very encouraging, right? And it's very nice, very lofty, right? It's beautiful. So it sums up what what is a benevolent heart. Actually, benevolent heart. Okay, that's one heart. But in previous Dharma class in New York, it was called filial heart. And then in Iowa next week, which you will also learn, it's called the upright heart or straight heart, upright heart. There's so many. The conscientious heart, you can say that. The benevolent heart, conscientious heart. What I'm trying to say. All these hearts are really the Bodhi mind, are the heart of the Tao. Get it? The heart of the Tao. The heart of the Tao is it's the broadest. It's all encompassing. So people say, well, what's the heart of the Tao? Well, you can say it's a benevolent heart, it's a filial heart, it's an upright heart, sincere heart, conscientious heart, what else? A virtuous heart, all that. That's the heart of Tao. Get it? We just see different aspects of it, right? Because it's hard to describe. Because Tao ultimately is indescribable, but it's there. It's something there, right? It's what allows us to think. It's what allows us to breathe. That's what it is. Okay. So the benevolent heart is just one aspect of it, right? Okay, so so in New York, the sutra, the marvelous scripture was called filial heart, and then in Iowa, the marvelous scripture is going to be called upright heart, right? 慈心. Is it 慈心?
Pure heart.
Pure heart. You can say pure heart. We didn't have it in California. Yeah, but anyway, but all these are describing the heart of Tao. That's what it is. That's why it's everlasting, because that will always be there. Why? Because our Buddha nature is what? Everlasting. Tao is everlasting, right? It's absolute, right? It's right. So you can say unperturbed heart. That's also the Tao heart. All right. So it's very nice. I mean, it's a very nice song. It's kind of slow song. It's very long song. You want to play the tune? Play the
You're
melody?
gonna sing a song?
No, I don't want. I'm not a singer. Somebody can sing. Carrie can sing.
Chinese music, Chinese song.
Well, Holy Teacher encourages us that we have to sing, right? Learn how to sing this. No, yeah, I guess.
Those are the not this lyric.
No, those are not. Those are the words. Yeah. Yeah, but it doesn't have a fast beat. This is normal tempo. I guess it's 4/4. It's 4/4.
It's not that hard.
Remember we have those 4/4, 3/4, 5/4, whatever. I don't know, something like that. It's a good melody. It's a very attractive.
它也有音位，
Yeah, what's that?
有音位。
Yeah, 因为 yeah, 因为有 yeah, because of you. Yeah, yeah, 因为 see 有 oh no yeah, so, yeah. Well, because the title has because of 因为 yeah. So that's a nice tune, right? Yeah. The question is, how do we put it into these English words? It's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the tough. Yeah, because the syllables, because we have to follow syllables. That's the problem. You know. So, but it's a good melody, right?
Yeah.
And the song's pretty good. The meaning is pretty good. So, all right. Thank you very much.